Hi there, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. It is the day of love. Um, so I really love talking about love. Obviously, it's in my wheelhouse. And usually on Valentine's Day, we always hear about love or relationship love, particularly with someone else. But today, I want to talk about the love that you have with yourself. And that is so crucial to understand because it directly impacts how you interact with other people around you and other relationships in your life. So, I'm going to be talking today about three levels of self love. But before I do that, I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Vicki Pittman. I am a self love mentor and fitness and wellness coach, and I am so happy to give this training on Valentine's Day. So, without further ado, let's go here. So, the first level of self love is the level where we take action and we kind of make choices from the desire of proving other people wrong. So, this is I'll show you, level. The I'm going to go to a top school because I want to go there and you thought I couldn't get in. It's the I'm going to move to the West Coast with, no money in my pocket, but I'm going to make it because you said I can't. So this is that first level of self-love is where we're in that desire of taking, of proving other people wrong. Okay? So it shows up in many ways, but it's usually the around the energy of I'll prove you wrong, right? Now, the second level of self love is from when we take action and we make choices out of the desire to prove ourselves wrong, or rather prove it to ourselves. So whatever the action may be or whatever the concept may be. So this is more of the like why not energy, right? Like I'm going to hike all of the Appalachian Trail in my mid 40s because why not? Like you start doing things to prove that you can do things, right? Signing up for, fitness events like that are grueling and you're like, why would you do that? Like, why not? Like, just to see if I could do it. So this is kind of next level where it's not necessarily externally focused, but it's more inwardly internal focus, and just kind of proving to yourself. And this is really where you start building kind of self trust because then you start gathering and building evidence that you can actually achieve tasks and goals that you actually set out for yourself. So the second level of self trust, again, is when we're in the desire of trying to prove it to ourselves. Now, our third level of self love is when we're taking actions, making choices in the desire to not prove anything to anybody. And this includes yourself, right? This is the energy of I'm worthy no matter what happens. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to succeed or not succeed, your output does not control your worth or whether you decide to do something or not decide to do something, that you're worthy just because you exist in life. And so, really, this is the highest level of self love because you're not trying to prove anything to anybody. And I will say up front that this is a very high energy, high level. Like it takes many people a lifetime to get to this level. Some people get a toe in and then they come back down. But this is a really, really high level of self mastery, is this third level of not really having to prove to anybody, to other people, or to yourself. Now, these three levels of self love are kind of in ascension, right? So, the first level of, the desire to prove to other people, that's kind of your beginner level of self love. The second level, where you're in the desire of trying to prove it to yourself, that's kind of like the middle or intermediate level of self love. And then the third level, where you're not trying to prove anything to anybody, that's the kind of higher level or more advanced level of self love. Now, with all this being said, again, it is an ascension model. However, life happens, things happen. Maybe we get knocked down a rung or two, maybe circumstances happen. And so it's not uncommon that we may find ourselves in our climb up that we get bumped down a few, just because life happens and we're human and we are, innately flawed. But it is possible to kind of keep climbing up. And a lot of it, the first step is really awareness, is just to kind of know where you are. And that's why I thought this training is really important today, because you can actually just very quickly like look at your actions and then kind of assess like, is my motivation for doing things, do I mainly do either small day-to-day stuff or even larger life things to prove other people wrong? Do I do it to prove it to myself? Maybe a little of both. Or do you do it just to experience like an earthly human experience and just know that you're worthy regardless of what actions and choices you make in your life? And so, you know, so it's, if you get knocked down, it's okay. Like you can still ascend up. And it's also important to note too that you may have different areas of your life that kind of play into different levels. And if you're like Vicky, but self-love is yourself. Yes, true. But as human beings, we are multifaceted beings, right? We have our home life kind of persona, we have our work life, we have our, whatever version of yourself that you have. You have your familial life, yeah, and you may be at different confidence level or different self-love levels depending on which area of your life. Now, I will say that because you are one person, one human being, whatever your lowest denominator is on any area of your life will affect all of the areas of your life. So if maybe you're feeling super confident at work and you have a lot of like I can do this, and maybe you're closer to a level 3 in your work and you're feeling very confident and you don't have to like prove that you can get stuff done, like that you bring value regardless. If you really struggle maybe in your relationships with other people, like you may give yourself the worthy of being able to do work stuff very easily, but maybe really doubt yourself with being lovable to another person or being in a relationship with another person. That will affect your work life. So even though you may have a higher energy in certain areas of your life, whatever the lowest denominator is will affect all areas of your life. So that's why it's really important to do the work, be aware, and ascend up. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to surround yourself with other people of high vibes, right? High energy, other people who are also aware, other people who are also ascending upward, right? You want to kind of ride that energy. And, accountability, right? Sometimes, when things get hard, it's really hard to kind of keep your own self accountable. And so, being around other people who are also on this upward journey, being around other people who are maybe a step or two ahead of you on their self love journey that you can model after, and the accountability, like that is crucial. And so I say that because that's exactly what my online program does. So I do have a 12-week online program. It's called my LEAP program. And it's really to help embody self love. It's really to help you prioritize yourself and help you ascend in these 3 levels of self love. Together with my mentees, we build together their own personalized blueprint for self love. And we really do that in kind of some kind of main steps. So we first start together by kind of reducing the stress in their life. Kind of, I call it calm the chaos. So we're like reducing the stress load on their nervous system, so that way they can actually clearly see what's going on in their life, without the stress lens on top of it. And then from there, we can really clearly see what's happening. And so this is where we kind of get more present and we can really get a clear picture of the reality around us, or around them, us. It's all a journey together, right? And that's when you can really see that your life is pretty magical already, but you may not have been able to see it when you're under a lot of stress, or you've got a lot going on, or you're not prioritizing it or yourself. And so you can kind of clearly see all the gems that are in your life. And then together we work to kind of stretch and expand the abundance that's already present in your life. So this is where you can kind of make what you have already work for you, right? But a lot of the times we just have to get out of our own way. We need kind of an independent third party to help us see. And that's my job as a coach, that when I work with my mentees, that's exactly what I offer them. And then the last and kind of final piece of my LEAP program is that we really build in those long-term strategies, so that way we can keep ascending in all areas of our life. But obviously we kind of, hit the main base denominator, because again, that affects every part of your life. So if that interests you, if you're like, Vicky, oh my gosh, like that is what I need in my life, I would love to chat with you. Feel free to just write a comment in this live video, or just directly send me a DM. Again, it's my LEAP program. It's my 12-week online coaching program where, again, you and I will kind of help co-create together a personalized blueprint for your own self-love. Well, I hope today was helpful for you guys. I would love to know your thoughts on this. And during this, I would love to know what level you're at in your self-love, if you dare share, and then just help support each other on our own journey. And I'd like to finally wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I forgot what holiday it was. A happy Valentine's Day. All right. Much love, and I'll speak to you guys soon.